It is episode 189. Welcome into the Bench Third podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. Yeah, I am Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the San Francisco Giants.
And I'm Dave, representing. I'm like, wait, I'm Dave, representing the side of the older brothers, the Dodgers, who have been putting in work lately. Just knocking around those little brothers from San Diego, and let's get into it, man.
That is hilarious. You Ron Burgundy right now. We're live right now.
Right now?
I don't believe you. Yes. So yes, very funny. Thank you very much for that. Yes, we're here to get you going for the Dodgers Padres game. I'm still Googling ways that both teams could lose. No luck yet.
I know you have that song all queued up.
Okay.
And I'm sure you'll play it at some point, but you know you know what day it is, right?
I don't know what day it is. What day is it?
You know, come on.
Tell me, what day is it?
Yamamoto.
Yamate. Oh, God. He's trash. I honestly, it's kind of crazy. I didn't realize it was Yamamoto Day, and I thought you were talking about my favorite segment, which is Blake Trident Watch. Where's Blake Trident at right now?
He actually pitched another bullpen today, so things are trending in the right direction at least.
So he's still hurt.
So there's some hope. So we can hear this song with some hopefulness that maybe he comes back, as opposed to just being sad. But
I can't pick the good one until he's back.
I understand completely, and we're not going to, not until he comes back. But for now, there is some hope. There's some hope that he might come back. So
yeah,
Train and Watch 2025.
It's gonna happen. He's gonna come back eventually one day. Maybe he's the one letting all the ice trucks in. Who knows? Speaking of that, do we touch on that? Do we talk about it a little bit? I guess I don't know 100% exactly what's happening. So maybe you can give me the down low
on what? What exactly?
The ice situation.
Oh,
today.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I only know what I read online. You can't really trust everything you read online. There's people out there spreading misinformation and trying to cause more panic than there has to be. So there was a tweet earlier saying that ICE had shown up at Dodger Stadium and Dodgers were helping them to set up shop there, whatever it was. And it was false. It turns out that the Dodgers, they tried to use the parking lot, and the Dodgers said, no, you can't come in. So they were on public property on the road. Can't really do anything about that. And then the Dodgers tweeted out, yeah, they tried to come in. We said no. And then I forgot who tweeted which.
The Department of Homeland Security?
Yes, yeah. And they're like, oh, false. We weren't there. And it's like, well, first of all, your agents don't always wear their uniform, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're out there being secretive and trying to get people that way. So how do we know it wasn't them? And then there's pictures of, them showing up there, but just being turned away. So
isn't it crazy that a government, like a legit establishment of a government is commenting and having Twitter beef? Like, this is the strangest time to be alive, that the Department of Homeland Security is like, let me get at these guys on Twitter. This is absolutely wild.
And I don't know. It's funny because then the Dodgers didn't respond. Of course, why would they? They're not going to get into Twitter beef with, whatever.
That's why.
But it is funny that they were supposed to announce their plan to help the communities surrounding them that then been affected by this. And I think this was, sort of an intimidation tactic. They're like, oh, you're gonna announce it today? Well, we're just gonna show up at your front door and, now announce it or whatever. So
right.
They held back on their announcement. They're gonna do it at a later date, and they probably shouldn't say what day. That way, they don't get any uninvited guests. and they just can announce it. But yeah, very weird times we're living in, man. Sad times.
Where are you at on the Dodgers strike?
I like to think that they're doing their homework. I like to think that they're an organization that will gather all the information and then put something to plan, kind of like we saw with the fires. And there was a lot of people that were, not many, but there was a few that were, why haven't we gotten a statement? Why haven't they said anything? And then, then they came out like, well, we have these drives going. We have all this stuff planned. So, I mean, I don't know if we should give them the benefit of the doubt. I know a lot of people wanted something to be said much earlier. I know that if they say something now, people are probably going to say, well, it's too late now kind of thing. So
right.
There's always, they're not going to appease everybody, but I do, it gives me some hope that they had a plan. They're going to announce it. Hopefully they still go through with it. If not, then it's a different story, but, hoping for the best, because they have a strong Hispanic Latino community behind them, and they just want to be acknowledged. They want to be acknowledged because, hey, man, we supported you. And even if it's a few words, even if they don't mean anything, even if it doesn't change anything to us, it helps. It helps us a little bit,
right,
to know that you're on our side, kind of thing.
If you're at least taking our money, don't think that we should be deported. Yeah, I obviously I've lived my whole life in Southern California, and someone whose whole family came as illegal immigrants. I feel like this is just so weird, right? Because it's like, it's a baseball team, right? So like at one point it's like, well, do they really have to say anything? But they have made stances on the past. What actual help is it actually going to do? And then it's also like, well, then you also use, Mexican Heritage Night and, make money off of it. It's, I don't know. I feel like there's no right answer, to be honest with you. Someone's always going to be upset. Someone's not going to like the way you handled something. I can think that they should do something, but, at the same time, I'm not sure how much you can blame a baseball team for not doing a certain thing enough to boycott, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm still out.
They've helped the community a ton, man. It's not like they never do anything. So I don't know. I don't know. I just we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think them not, allowing ICE to scoop up fans as they're going to a baseball game, I think is a step in the right direction. It's something that like you can hang your hat on, but at the same time, what else can they do as a baseball team to really make a bunch of changes?
And I do feel like no one is ready to be angry at the Dodgers like Dodger fans. Like we're always looking at the next thing to be mad about. I understand this situation is different. It's horrible, and it's completely different from other situations that we may have wanted them to speak on. But at the same time, like the Lakers, a lot of Dodger fans are Laker fans, so they also have a Hispanic following, right? The Angels that like to claim they're from Los Angeles haven't said a word, right?
Well, they're Orange County. They will definitely probably help ICE. So I think you don't want them.
But my point stands. Like they're not asking everybody, the whole teams to say anything.
Well,
it's just
I think
it's plain right now. But
right, and I think of what's going on in LA, which is another point. It's being wildly what's the word? Blown out of proportion. I have a lot of people hitting me up thinking like, dude, all LA is on fire. And I was like, nah, I just went to a Dodger game yesterday and there was no traffic. So I don't know, the whole city. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely issues. Like there was definitely incidents and there was definitely, protests that went crazy, but it's not like the city's on fire. Like that's blown out of proportion for sure.
And it's like Ernie says here, what's the responsibility of a baseball team during a time of duress? Like, how is it going to affect anyone? And so that's why I say words don't do anything. They might make you feel a little bit better for the moment, but it's when they do their actions speak louder. So if they help the community in some other way, that'll speak much louder than just putting a generic statement out there.
Yeah, and you can also go the other side, though. It's like, they do make a lot of statements. Like they made a stand with Israel. They've done a lot of, political type stances. Like, why can't they, do this, especially when it's affecting their community? So I kind of get it, but at the same time, I don't know how much it's going to help and how much it's going to make people feel better at this point.
Yeah.
So what can you do?
But moving on, we have one last game. As we said, it's Yamamoto Day, Bump Day. They've looked really good versus these games have been really, really entertaining, man. And one thing that's missing versus the Giants and Dodgers is that level of entertainment.
Hatred.
The history is there, and that's why we hate each other, and you wanted that team to always lose, vice versa. But it hasn't been that level entertaining. It hasn't been that drama. And so that's what's missing, and that's what we're getting right now with the Padres. As much as, some fans don't want to admit or whatever, these games are entertaining. The second game, I was mentally exhausted, dude. That game was back and forth, and then it was just crazy. We have 5 runs. Oh, here they come again. Okay. So, I mean, these games are fun. Thankfully, we're coming up on top, but at least you get some form of entertainment, and you get a bunch of quotes from both sides. Right. Really good quotes. Today, Fernando Tatis said something to the effect of, somebody told him, what did you think about the fact that they were cheering when you got beaned? And he's like, well, that's, you already know how these fans are. It's kind of a circus. And I'm like, these guys just can't stop talking shit. Yeah. You've lost 3 games in a row. Yesterday, the Dodgers found a way to twist the knife even worse. You come back, they give you just enough hope, and then you suffer a crushing defeat on a walk-off, and you're still talking crap. I don't get it, man. Typical little brother energy, and we'll see what happens tonight. Baseball's funny that way. Yamamoto, our ace, is pitching, so of course the 3 bullpen games we win. And who knows how we fare this one, right? Because baseball's funny, but I'm fine if we don't have to face them for a long time, dude. It's not even sometimes not even the games. It's just the quotes, the fans. It's kind of exhausting.
Yeah, I think that's what, like you said, I think we're missing from this end, because I think at this point we've been so non-control, so not relevant that I don't what's the point about getting mad about Giants? They're so mediocre. They're not even building towards the future. They're non-relevant. So I think at this point now that we got what we got and our upward trajectory, I think, especially because I feel like the Padres are on a rocket down right now. I still feel like we said this year, we think that we weren't sure if second place was going to be between the Padres, the Giants, or the Diamondbacks. I didn't expect for the Diamondbacks to be this bad, but we had a lot of doubts about the Padres being that good, and it seems like they're on a rocket ship downhill. So I don't know. I still feel like they can miss the playoffs.
Yeah, or they could just easily turn it around, they have the stars, and Fernando Tatis just looks like he's missing something. I don't know how else to describe it. He's missing some catches that he should make. He's missing pitches right over the plate that he would crush against us. We've seen it. We've seen what he can do against us. So it seems like there's something missing there. But I don't hate it. keep missing, right? So
right.
And you guys got Devers. Although I will say about Devers, that was really corny. I want to make the Dodgers suffer. Bro, chill. First get out of the gutter. First make the playoffs before you come knocking out our door. All right.
First of all, that's not even what happened. You were right now. You're the ones. You're spreading the misinformation right now. This is you.
Selective
right
hearing.
You're the problem.
I heard hating. I heard all this, and I just heard what I wanted to hear from Devers. All right.
Well, they asked him. They said, "Hey, you were such a big role in the Yankees Red Sox rivalry. You killed the Yankees. Are you excited to be to potentially do that to the Giants rivals, to the Dodgers? And he said, I don't make the Dodgers suffer. I want to make every other team suffer. So
whatever, dude. Just make the playoffs first, right?
So that's no problem.
The question should have been, hey
that's
man, you had you were a menace in that series with the Yankees, with the rivalry. Okay. That's great. How do you feel now being the little brother? And then we should have gotten his answer. But, they didn't have the balls to ask him.
You think we're little brother? Okay.
You sure are. We beat you in the playoffs.
We're the rival that had a dynasty run that's just going through a little bit of a hard time right now. We're coming back up.
Now you can't even use that run because now we've won 2. We've won it more recently. And we beat you in the playoffs.
You've won.
So literally, you won
3 in 5 years.
There's no argument you can make that doesn't say you're a little brother. At least at the moment.
Easy. We just came off a dynasty run. We're a little bit in the dumps right now. We're making our way back up.
We just came off. It's been like 20 years,
10
bro.
Years. Yeah, rebuilding takes time. All right. We're at our high of 2014.
I don't know what that's like.
We're lying to ourselves about how we still were good, and then we went boo in 2017, and then all the way down in 2020, and then we started coming back up in 2020 where we almost made the playoffs, and then 2021, which was a little bit insane, and then we stayed just mediocre for 3 straight years, and now look at us. Who would have thought?
Second place. So you're still, you're the little brother we forgot about. Now you're like, oh, they're there too. My bad.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's unbelievable. You leave the little brother tag for the San Diego Padres, okay? Don't try to pull that on me.
They're the littler brother, like littler brother.
The littler
brother
of the 4. Yeah, maybe. I guess. Yeah. So I guess we should maybe talk. I know we had the emergency pod. We broke down the Dodger-Giants series. Do you think they're going for the sweep today? How we think of this? How are you taking this? If they lose, is it just house money? Who cares? You got 3 out of 4, or do you want to just step on the neck?
I feel like
they'll take them off. They'll take them off technically. If they lose today, they will be out of the playoff. If the playoffs started today, they'd be out of the playoffs. Obviously, it's way early, but you get what I mean.
I feel like any chance you can to step on someone's neck, you'd love to do, especially to a team that you don't like, right? Like it means a little more because you just don't like them, and it's obvious that these two teams do not like each other. What the quotes that Dave Roberts says, the nerd over there, and Mike Schilt and his quotes. So yeah,
what did Dave Roberts say?
He said something to the effect that we want to put these guys down. So. They've hit your guy Andy Pages, my guy Andy Pages, like 4 times in this series, right? 3 or 4 times. I don't know how many times, but it's been multiple times, dude. Like, come on.
Is he even that guy? Who does he think he is?
If you're a Dodger fan, this series has gone on beautifully because when they hit Pages, they're like, Manny comes out with a quote and he says, "They have much bigger dogs over there if we wanted to hit someone."
Right.
And then Pages was like, all right, let me just show you what a big dog does. And he goes 4 for 4, 2 home runs, and he's just been killing them this series. Right. And then they hit Shohei, and it's, so it's been perfect for the Dodgers. Yesterday, you give them a little bit of hope. And how disrespectful is that? You don't even use your arms, right? Like, let's just let Robleski go through it, man. If he messes it up, if we lose, we lose. We're playing with house money, right? And they still win. They still come back in the bottom of the 9th, and Will Smith, off the bench, home run. So both your catchers contributed, rushing with a 2-run single, and then here comes Smith to play hero. So, even if the Padres win today, what are they going to say? Like, yay, at least we got one kind of thing. Like, you're leaving with the tail between your legs regardless. It just... You're either going to leave with your head a little bit held high if you win, or with your head, slumping and sad when you leave if you get swept. But you've already lost the series. This game, it's not much you can say after this game, even if you win. But yes, I would love for them to sweep.
Okay. I think this means a little bit more to the Padres than just you guys, but I just feel like I am really curious, so curious that I'm going to kind of look this up really quick before I say anything else. But I am curious on the Padres' schedule coming up. See, they got Kansas City, Washington, who sucks, the Reds, who kind of sucked, and the Phillies. It's medium. Some hard guys, some easy guys, a mixture of everything, I guess. Not necessarily good, not necessarily bad. So
I think
they'll
stay. I think they'll stay in the race because of the teams that they're going to play. But the way they're playing, I don't know. I don't know if those teams start beating them, maybe they're sellers. Maybe they're crazy to say at the beginning of the year, but
no, they're not going to sell. I don't think. I find it a little far fetched, even that the Diamondbacks are going to sell, and they're flirting with 500 all the time. You know, they're either over a little bit, under a little bit. So,
well, I mean, listen, I hope they don't sell. I hope they stay mediocre enough to think they have a chance, and then they lose the guys for nothing. You lose Dylan Cease, you lose Michael King, you lose, whatever, Arias. Sure, make another run, and then if, get some false hope, and then you lose them for nothing. So that would be ideal.
Because the Diamondbacks are 500 right now. Oh, no. Oh, yes, they are. They're 500 right now, and they're 2.5 back of a playoff spot. So, I mean, that's not enough for them to sell. I don't think that's going to happen. I think at best, Pittsburgh, who's going through it at this moment, might sell. Did you see what happened on Twitter?
I did not. With what? With Pittsburgh?
Yes. Pirates reliever Dennis Santana tried to slap a fan.
Oh, nice.
So I'll send it to you right now. I don't know exactly what happened. I guess we should probably just check in on their game today to see if did he have like a bad line and they were just talking crap about him?
I mean, that's ridiculous though. Like, I mean, I don't know what the fans said, but to come to that point, I remember when Rendon a couple years back tried to do that with an Athletics fan. Try to grab him and try to, so it's not a good look. I'm sure it'll come out what they said, and it's probably horrible. But I mean, I don't think the league wants you to be grabbing fans or try to slap them. So not a good look.
Well, Santana didn't pitch today.
He's just in the bullpen, right?
Just in the bullpen. And yesterday got postponed. So unless he was just trying to be like, hey, throw a ball to my kid. And they were like, fuck you, dude. And then there was a fight that happened after that. I don't know.
It's like, fuck me, dude? Nah, yeah. Fuck. And then they try to slap each other.
Oh, what's your name? Like that thing. Yeah, so who knows? What's it called? Well, Giants do lose the series to the Cleveland Guardians on Dwayne Kuiper's birthday. Sad, but they finally get a win in the Rafael Devers era. Man, I would obviously blame more of this offense. So I don't know. After this Rafael Devers trade, huge addition. I still think they're like one bat short. If they were to make one more move, I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, add another starting pitcher," or whatever. I don't know, dude. I think a right-handed right fielder. I'm not sure who's going to be available, but we didn't even think Devers was available, so who knows? But if you can get,
how about this? You need an outfielder.
Okay.
We want to get rid of an outfielder.
Oh, what's his name?
You already know. Just take him back.
Who is it?
Just take him back.
Conforto, any good? Yeah, who knows?
This kid, man, he's up and coming. Michael Conforto. One of the good ones.
He's back. The kid is back. His cake is back.
Hey, the streets are talking, though, man. The streets are talking. You make a deal and you get worse. You fall behind even further in the race. So I don't know, man. The streets are saying that Devers trade made you worse. I don't know. He's already affected the locker room, man. already affecting it with 2 losses already, a series loss. I don't know.
I feel like, well, they should have won both of those games. Stupid base running mistakes, should have won those games. So, see, like, here's the thing. I don't blame like the umpires when we lose. I'm like, oh, what did the Giants do wrong? Oh, shitty base running moves.
Well, usually you're not good enough to be screwed over. So, you know what I mean? Like,
is that the route you're going to take the rest of the season? Just
you guys are just
the umpires are against us. The whole world is against us. That's your plan the rest of the year when you get knocked out of the NLDS. Is that what you're going to use?
The ump card for the last 7 games has favored the opposition, and that's just hilarious. That's just
is it hilarious? If tell you that Will Smith is the worst pitch framer of all of baseball.
He hasn't even caught every game. What are you talking about?
Okay, that doesn't make sense. It's Dalton Rushing, a terrible pitch framer.
You know, first of all, you take Dalton Rushing over your guy Bailey and his lifeless bat any day. All right?
I don't know if I would.
You like to talk about that guy's defense so much, and then you lose 1-run games. So if you had Will Smith in that lineup,
it wouldn't even be that close if it was 1-run games.
If you had a Will Smith in that lineup, I guarantee you're a playoff team right now. Obviously. So, and if we had Bailey, we're probably still a playoff team. But
right.
You know, probably a little less wins, but yeah. So do not talk crap.
One more dude. They need one more dude in that
on
lineup.
My guy Will Smith when every club not named the Dodgers right now would love to have him. All right?
Patrick Bailey, baby. No offense. 2025.
Nobody, unless they're like in dire need of catching, is going to be like, yeah, let me get that lifeless bad Bailey. Let me trade for that guy.
His Baseball Savant page is so funny because all the hit lines are all blue, but all the defensive lines are all 99 red. So
he's actually what Will Smith was supposed to be. He was supposed to be a defensive catcher. And
was he?
Yeah, and wasn't supposed to hit, but it all changed.
Possibly you. Who knows? I just know people made a lot of weird comparisons saying that Will Smith is better than Buster Posey. Not going to happen.
By the way, before we move on, what in the Dollar Tree was that intro to Rafael Devers? The saddest, most like they were trying to do the whole Ohtani thing or what? I don't know.
That's WWF, dude. The freaking, the shh. First of all, that's what happens. That's what happens when Giants hit home runs. They do the water with the.
I felt so bad for him. He's over there sipping his coffee and acting like, "Oh, yay, thank you guys." And it's like, "Oh man, this is a rough watch." But
I feel like I should have done like the Dodger fan thing when he signs. I should have posted a picture of him smiling, like, "Look, he's smiling. He's so happy to be here."
Actually, in this case, it might be true. The Red Sox mishandled that situation so badly. I'm sure anywhere he went, he would have been happy.
That's true.
So, yeah. I thought it was hilarious. Yes. As soon as he got traded, he's like, "I'll play anywhere. I don't really care."
Yeah, that press conference that had like no takeaways. Like there's just every single time someone was pressing him on the Red Sox, it was like, "Yeah, I don't want to talk about the Red Sox. Let's talk about what's going on now. I'm excited." And it's like, I don't know. I get it. That press conference was more for show. I mean, there was nothing of value said. There was no quotes to be used really, except for him just playing into the fact that all Giants fans love Barry Bonds. So if you say something positive about Barry Bonds, we're gonna love it. So it is Barry Bonds tweet and got the hell out of there.
Yep, and I don't think he's a clubhouse cancer or anything. I don't buy that from the Red Sox. I think they mishandled that so badly that I don't think that's a thing. I mean, we'll see, but I don't think so. Like, it just seems like they mishandled that so badly. They could have avoided all this.
Right. My man Willie Adames is he doesn't hit, but he keeps the clubhouse great. So that's why you pay him $180 million, baby.
You brought in 180 million counselor. Good job.
That's what I'm talking about. Making the big bucks. You know what though? My man Willie Adames is on the up and up. So I should have made him my stud, but I did not.
Well, let's get into it. Who did you make your stud? Let's get into that.
That is a good point. But before we get into the studs and duds, everyone in here, if you can please just like the video, make sure you're hitting the subscribe buttons, all that kind of stuff. If you're over on Twitter, even after the episode, or just go over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make the algorithm like us, and we'll get on to the best segment of the show. It's that time again. It's the start of the dud of the week. Start of the dud of the week. It is time. It is time. It is time. I'm gonna make my dud for the second week in a row, Tyler Fitzgerald. Because his at-bats are murder. Can I say that on national TV? Murder. Terrible. Bad. Terrible. Charles Barkley. Terrible. I think it's going to be, when Matt Chapman comes back, I think it's time to just give Casey Smith that runway. I almost made Casey Smith my stud. Not really a good average this week, but had a really nice OPS, obviously, with a couple of grand slams. And it didn't reflect on what he did today, but he got the inning started where they came back and won the game. So I think you give Casey Smith that runway. Tyler Fitzgerald, I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, his defense is pretty decent. But he also makes stupid base running errors. You gave him the runway because he had such a good year last year. He came up and he did very well, and he looked like he was possibly going to be a positive light from this organization, but it looks like it's just so. Tyler Fitzgerald needs to be the utility guy because he can play outfield too. So let's go with that.
All right, let me give you my dud. It's hard to pick a dud in the middle of a good stretch right now in these 3 games so far, and plus they beat the Giants as well. They won that series. But, I mean, I hate to pick on the guy, but it's got to be Michael Conforto, right? Like, he teases us with the home run, and you're like, oh, well, maybe this guy's looking good. But it's just, I feel like they're slowly, at this point, finally backing away from him. They did say that they're going to give Kim more opportunities. He's out there for the second straight game. So we'll see how true they are to that. We'll see if he plays again tomorrow. If Kim plays again tomorrow, I think Conforto might be in trouble. I think maybe they are looking to like fake IL him or trade him or something. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I wish he could succeed here. I wish he could. At the beginning of the year, I'm like, oh, maybe he'll hit 30 bombs. He has the power, and in this lineup, why not? But it's just been the complete opposite. He's just lost up there. It's ground ball off the ground ball. It's strikeouts just looking, which is infuriating. Those are the worst. When you have multiple of those in one game, it's like, dude, just swing the bat, just roll the ball over at this point because you're not even trying. You're just up there going, looking at it, and going back to sit down. So it's rough. I mean, I hope maybe he finds it, but at this point, I'm more excited seeing Kim out there than Conforto. So for that, he is the dud of the week.
Yeah, the guy sucks. I tried to tell you. I did try to tell you. So this is technically.
I didn't sign him. All right, it wasn't me.
I think you did. I think you did make he sign on that dotted line. Stud. There's a number of guys I can make it. Casey Smith, obviously. I honestly
before you say it, I thought you were going to go GM route because of what happened. I might be wrong, but I'm throwing it out there.
Oh, that's a good one. I could have done that, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to go with Logan Webb. This guy is such a dog and such an innings eater. I mean, 7 innings. 2 earned against the Dodgers, 7 innings, 1 earned run, and 9 Ks against the Guardians today. And they're just a pesky team that just likes to run up pitch counts. But Logan Webb kept steering out of it. So I think he is not only setting up the team for wins every single day, he's setting up the teams for wins multiple days because the bullpen's rested on his days with his starts. And you know, I just think it means so much more than what happens inside that line, because of how much rest he's given to the bullpen. But yeah, the lines are still really good. So, and yes, I get it. Posey should have been the stud. I didn't even think about that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even think about that because we already talked lengthy about Devers and Posey on Monday. I just had to use my man Webb.
It's fresh news. I thought you were gonna do it, but I do agree with what you, as a Dodger fan who is like, where we need all the pitching we can get, all the help. A guy that can go 7 innings and help the bullpen is consistently is huge.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. For my stud, I'm gonna give it to a guy that I've been giving it to. That sounded weird. Hey
yo, calm down over there.
I'm gonna give the stud to Andy Pages once again. I don't know why. Already. I don't know why Mike Schilt decided to say, "Who the hell do you think you are?" Especially after a series where he hit a double in extras to beat you. He showed off his arm, hosed down the runner at the plate in the next game. So you know who the fuck he is, right? And then every time there's a big at bat in this series, he's up there. He's just he's finding ways to be in the spotlight. It's just how it happens. You know, that's how it happens with drama. So, and he's come through, whether it's a sac fly, whether it's a home run, whether it's a big catch, a big throw. He's just showing it all, man. And we've come a long way, because at the beginning of the season, everybody was like, what's going on, dude? He doesn't know how to play center field. Oh my God, we're screwed. He can't hit. What is going on? And a lot of us were like, let's maybe send him back to the minors, get him, let him settle down there again and bring him back up. And thankfully, I can say I was wrong. A lot of people were wrong, and he's proven us all wrong. And hopefully he can get to the All-Star game, because he's very deserving. And so far for this week, he's the stud of the week, man. He's killed it. Let's see what he does tonight when he faces Ryan Berger. I don't know what the name is, but the Padres pitcher. We'll see.
Berger. I've never heard of the guy. Berger. I've never heard of her.
I'm hungry.
I barely know her. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I think that this week has been kind of crazy. It seems like the Dodgers were on a downward spiral, and then they faced two of the best teams in the league, and all of a sudden they're winning series and back-to-back series, about to do a 4-game sweep against the Padres.
Looking great. Even if they lose, I think they're going to be what would it be? 5-2 or something like that.
Yeah, but if you're doing that good against them in the regular season, that means you're probably going to lose to them in the playoffs. So
that's if you guys make it, but that would be a concern, I guess. I don't know. It's funny how that happens. Last year, the Padres dominated us in the regular season, and then we beat them in the playoffs. And I think in 2022, we were like the much better team in the regular season, and then they beat us. So, although 2021, it didn't matter. That was a good series.
Yeah, how come you don't blame umpires then either, with fake check swings and, all of a sudden umpires are fine over there?
You won the division due to a check swing. Calm down.
We won the division because Mike Tauchman stole a home run from Albert Pujols. That's why we won the division.
Darren Ruff. Was it Darren Ruff? Yeah, Darren Ruff swung. All right.
And Wilmer Flores did not.
Well, I guess it evens out. They waited so long for the makeup call, and they gave us it. Awesome.
Unbelievable. Yes. Looking forward to next week. I think the storyline is probably heading with the Giants, because the Boston Red Sox are coming to town, followed by the Miami Marlins. So you obviously got to win the Red Sox series, and I never want to say must sweep, but Miami at home, you definitely got to win the series, but you're almost at must sweep territory when you get to Miami. So we're going at pretty easy peasy schedule, because it's Red Sox, Miami, then White Sox, then Arizona, but then the Athletics. So let's gain some ground. Let's get back to first place. San Francisco Giants. Rafael Devers. Posey, make one more trade. Let's get right-handed bat, huh? Put him in right field.
Let the guy rest, man. Let him before he tries to go out there and get another bat. Jesus.
He did. He's got a week. He had a week.
We got the Nationals coming up and then the Rockies. If there was ever a series for a letdown, it would be one of these two, right? Like you play your rivals and you beat them, and you're playing the Padres, and sure, you've shown up. You might even sweep. You can't have a letdown after these series. You got to stay focused, play just as good. And these are teams that you should beat. So, even if you lose a couple of games, you got to win the series, right? So we'll see how that goes, because then you got the Royals after that. But for sure, the Giants have the juicier headline with Devers facing Boston. I'm kind of interested to see what he'll do.
What are the teams that you guys
the Nationals are going to play. We're playing at home. You got a day off, and then we play at Colorado. Which
you better not lose a game.
Which, by the way, have you seen how they've been playing all of a sudden?
I don't want to hear nothing about that. I don't want to hear nothing about that.
I can't even say anything because I've already clowned you and everybody who's lost to them. But it just so happens that they're playing good ball now all of a sudden. So great. They're going to have their work cut out for them. But, I mean, it's the Rockies. They should still beat them.
Yeah, we'll see. Man. I think that's it, man. I think we covered everything we need to cover. It's a lot shorter. I mean, mainly because we did do an emergency pod because of one thing we didn't talk about. We talked the last pod about how Shohei was gonna pitch, and then Shohei actually pitched. So you guys, I know everyone was pretty much like just stroking it during the whole time Shohei was pitching. I know MLB like did a whole thing where they posted like every pitch. Made it seem like he struck everybody out and he didn't strike out anybody. So how was it? How did he look?
Well, he struck out Machado. They just didn't count it, of course. I mean, if the rough swing was horrible, the Machado swing was terrible. His bat was like nearly pointed at Shohei, and they're like, no swing. No swing. I was like, all right, dude.
Don't be that guy.
It didn't matter. The results to me didn't matter at all. The important thing was that he was out there. And it was awesome to see him on the mound. He even touched 100 in a couple pitches. I mean, this is his spring training. So there was no shot that he was going to go out there and just strike out everybody. If that happened, then that would have been amazing. And that just adds to his lore. But it's a spring training, man. He pitches again on Sunday. Maybe he'll pitch more than one inning. Hopefully he does. But, it was just really exciting to watch him on the mound. I think that's what everybody thought at the time. Like it was just exciting to finally have him back, and now moving forward we can start to like hope he does better and better. But at least for that first game, the results didn't matter. We just wanted to see him out there and see what he can do again.
Right.
I know you were glued to it. You were watching all the whole inning.
I was watching unprovokedly because I just was on Twitter, so MLB was like tweeting out every single pitch. So,
all right,
but we're getting there. We're trade deadline is next month. We're in the later part of this month, man.
What are even going to be the big names, right? Like I don't know if anybody thought Devers was available. First of all, so I can't really. But what is it like? Luis Robert, maybe that's the biggest thing. I wonder what's going to be out there.
I don't think Luis Robert's going to be on the market. Unless someone's willing to really give up stuff for him when he's hitting like 200.
Yeah, I just really low on the guy right now.
But the thing is the White Sox aren't going to sell low.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be like, oh, we're just going to keep him for another year and we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up next year. Like they have unless someone gives them a legit return, they're not going to send him off.
Yeah, true. So as we get closer, more names will start to be available, and then we can get excited about all that. But we're getting there. We're getting close.
He's hit 190 with a 576 OPS, not slugging percentage. OPS.
Oof.
So I don't know. Is he done? Is he, as the kids would say, cooked?
I don't think so. He has too much talent. You're playing for the White Sox. I don't know if you're excited to play for the White Sox every day. Look at Gavin Sheets. Like they thought he might have been cooked. He leaves for the Padres, and all of a sudden, he's hitting pretty well. He looks good. Might not be a left fielder. He might be more of a DH kind of guy, but he looks good. His bat looks good at least. So, pretty sure Robert, same thing. Get him out of there. Whoever does, they're going to get a good bat.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look at. You never know with the Braves, man, because the Braves just feel like they can get hot at any time and then all of a sudden be contenders. So, especially with 500 being the line where you're like right there, like 2.5 games makes you feel like you can get hot. So, I feel like the Braves could get hot. They're 6 games under 500, 5.5 games out of a wild card spot. So I don't see them. I don't know. Maybe towards the end, if they're still like this, they will, because they do some drastic stuff. But if you're looking for buyers, you're looking at Washington, Miami, Pittsburgh, and Colorado. And who's going to be the guys from there?
You think the Red Sox continue to sell anymore? Like maybe Durant or something?
I think they sold off Devers to give their young guys spots. I don't see them doing that. And then
I don't think that was the case. Like, I think we both know they didn't like him, right? Like that they were just trying to find a way to get rid of him.
Right.
However you mask it now and say like, oh, to give time to the kids and all that, sure. But I think like that was a dumb trade. It should have never happened. I don't know if I feel bad for Boston fans, but I mean, first you get Mookie, now you got Devers. It's rough.
Whoa, what happened to Kansas City?
I don't know. They played the Yankees and then did just look horrible, right?
I literally was like, wait, this is wrong. They're a game under 500. That's wild. Yep. But in the American League, 500 gets you 1 game back of a wild card spot versus 2.5. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess the Guardians that everybody says is so good or whatever, they're barely a game over 500. Like, so I mean, just the Tigers are killing it. It's very top heavy. It's going to be the Yankees and Tigers in the ALCS. It kind of looks like that at least right now. Those are the top teams.
Yeah, I mean, you can always look at Tampa Bay for trading as a trading partner. They'll I don't care if they're the best team in baseball. They'll sell off a piece if they have to. So,
yeah, I mean, there was a I think Bob Nightingale said before, or somebody did, that the Dodgers were lurking in case Sandy Alcantara was moved, which I don't hate it. He hasn't been good, but who knows? Maybe they can help him over here. I don't know. Or, his armor fall off if he comes over here. Who knows? One or the other. One will happen.
He'll have to get Tommy John again. So, well, it's been all right. We'll figure it out. We'll get a little bit closer to. We'll try to find a right-handed bat for the Giants to do and just trust in their young pitching. Hayden Birdsong killing it. Speaking of that, I think that's it's tomorrow, right? Yeah, for Boston, it's the Boston series. It's Dovins. Never heard of the guy. Versus Birdsong, and then we got Bello versus Roop. They're looking like they're about the same type of pitcher, and then it's going to be Robbie Ray versus Lucas Giolito, who's having a terrible season. So, Giants, come on, for Rafi, let's get a sweep of Boston, huh?
Yeah, let's let Boston have their moment, guys. Come on. You guys already took enough from them. You took Devers. You don't need to be taking any more. The fans are hurting. Let's just let them win 3 games.
And shout out to Dom Smith for having a 500 slugging percentage this week. My man's killing it right now. But thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform as well as YouTube and socials. Benches Cleared P on Twitter. Instagram, Benches Clear Podcast, and TikTok, Benches Clear. Dave, what do you got for him?
Let's go for the sweep, guys. Let's get this win. All right, let's finish these guys off, and we'll see you guys next week.
Or not.
Or not.
Or you'll see us next week. You're not going to sweep.